Episode 200. Not cool. Seeing his opponent team having the 5th kill, Drake Howard bristled and almost smashed his phone. Damn this winter vacation! All my teammates are primary school students. You're ruining my status! Throwing his gaming cell phone away, Drake picked up his other cell phone, which was ringing, and yelled, "Hello!" On the other line, Jake narrowed his eyes and asked in a dangerous tone, "Where are you?" Drake immediately became quiet and said, "Home? I'm at a kanji place near your place. Come down." A command instead of a question. Very Jake. Night snack? Yes. I'll be right there. Drake put down his cell phone and quickly put on a jacket and left. When Jake hung up, he found Serena was also on the phone. She said, "Hello, Henry?" Henry? Henry Miller? Jake felt slightly upset. Pursing his lips, he gazed at her. Serena blinked and continued to ask, "Where are you?" Henry was jogging when he got the call. Panting, he asked, "I'm jogging. Everything okay?" "I'm at the kanji place near you. Come here if you have a second. I have something to tell you." "Okay." Henry checked his surroundings. "Give me 10 minutes. "All right. See you at room 88. "Okay. See you." Henry hung up and started to run again, much faster now. At the kanji place Serena told him about, he stopped outside, adjusting his breath, and then walked in. At the door, he was bumped into from behind. Henry almost fell forward. He turned around and saw a guy with a gray hoodie with the hood on. His hair was a bit messy under the hood. The guy apologized to him. "Sorry, so sorry." Henry glanced over and found the guy to be familiar. He suddenly looked weird. "It's you?" Drake also recognized Henry. He was wearing a Navy sports suit, and his sneakers were the latest Navy Air Jordans. He looked rather good. "A complete coincidence." Drake quickly waved his hand. "Why are you here so late?" A coincidence? If someone else said that, he might have bought it. This guy, Henry had a bad feeling about him since the first glance. He turned around and decided not to pay him any attention. Henry asked the waitress, "Where's room 88? "This way, please." The waitress led him down the hallway. However, Drake too immediately followed him. Henry felt a bit bothered, stopped walking and said impatiently, "Why are you following me?" "Well, I happen to be going to room 88 as well. Why didn't you say you're following me?" "Nonsense." Drake scoffed and brushed past him to push the door open. "Brother, why did you call me so late?" Jake was peeling a shrimp for Serena in a slow and elegant manner. Seeing Drake and Henry appearing together, Jake chuckled teasingly. "When did you two hook up?" Serena almost spat out the shrimp she just ate. Covering her mouth with a napkin, she looked shocked. No way! Drake was very likely gay, but not Henry. She knew him far too closely. Turned as well. "Slow down." Jake poured Serena's cup of tea. Hearing that, Henry walked in with his face darkened. "Why aren't you wearing glasses?" Serena pushed a chair to Henry for him to sit down. He looked softened as he sat down next to her and said, "I'm using contact lens." "You should do that more often. You look pretty good without the glasses." Henry smiled and said, "Will do." It had been a long time since he last saw her. She did not look that good. Moving his lips, he said in an odd tone, "You lost weight." Hearing Henry's caring tone, Jake felt terrible. Quickly peeling the shrimp and dipping it into the sauce, he fed it to Serena. "Darling, open your mouth." She took a bite, and he stuffed the rest into his own mouth. He then glanced at Henry half-mindedly. His fame dimmed. "Oh my God, terrible!" Drake covered his eyes. "It's not cool for the two of you to show off like this." The waitress poured them tea with a smile. Drake immediately drank it up and said, "You only call me when you need something. Since you two have invited me for a nice snack, I'm sure you must need me to do something." Look, he knew Jake well. Might as well take this chance to make some fortune. Jake took a sip of the tea and said slowly, "Nothing. I just want to tell you that Mrs. Robinson is pregnant, and I'm going to be a father." Drake stared at him. Jake tightened his grip on the teacup and glanced at Serena, his eyes darkening. Noticing his glance, she smiled and nodded. "Yes, Henry, I'm pregnant." Henry's heart shuddered. He forced a smile and said in a cheerful tone, "Wonderful. Do I get to be the godfather?" "Yes." She held her belly as her pale face glowed in happiness. "Definitely." Jake's eyes became dimmer. He took a sip from his teacup. He clearly noticed that Henry's smile was a bit stiff. "Here, I'll introduce you guys." She looked at Henry. "Drake, this is my good friend, Henry Miller." "We've met," Henry pouted. "He knows Jackson Roberts' woman as well." "Of course. We're all classmates and often hang out together." She looked at Henry. "Right? Henry?" "Yes, we are very close." When he said that, Henry glanced at Jake and smiled. Jake clearly noticed the provocation and arched an eyebrow. Noticing the awkwardness, Drake quickly said, "We should definitely drink on such a happy occasion." Before anyone responded, he called out, "Waitress, 2 dozen beers." 2 dozen? She was startled. Mr. Robinson has stomach issues and should not drink beer. It's too cold.
Stop caring about him so much.
Drake looked jealous.
A little beer will not kill him.